Chive Canada, a unity call. Dancing through the night, we give our all. Feel the beat drop, let your spirits fly. Together we rise, reaching for the sky. Raise a glass high for the Chive Nation, spreading love and joy across our great nation. KCCO Calgary, we come alive. Chive on Canada, we thrive. In Alberta's heart where the fun won't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. From the prairies to the peaks, we gather near, with friends so dear and spirits clear. Chive Canada, hey, we unite as one, celebrating life till the night is done. Feel the beat drop, let your spirits fly. Together we rise, reaching for the sky. Raise a glass high for the Chive Nation, spreading love and joy across our great nation. KCCO Calgary, we come alive. Chive on Canada, we thrive. In Alberta's heart where the fun won't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. Under northern lights, our souls ignite. With KCCO, everything's right. Chive Canada, and we stand tall. With unity and love, we conquer all. KCCO Calgary, we come alive. Chive on Canada, we thrive. In Alberta's heart where the fun won't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. So let's keep dancing till morning light. With KCCO spirit, we'll be alright. Chive Canada, hey, we stand so tall. In this Chive Nation, we'll never fall. So let's keep dancing till morning light. With KCCO spirit, we'll be alright. Chive Canada, and we stand so tall. In this Chive Nation, we'll never fall. lights are glowing bright tonight. KCCO crew, it feels so right. Calgary roaring with the flames we stoke. This is the vibe, the unbreakable folk. Raise your glass, keep calm and chive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Cowboy hats with a party twist. Yeehaw moves you just can't resist. From the Rockies to the big prairie skies, we soar so high, make spirits rise. Let the bass drop, hear the anthem thump. Feel the ground shake with every jump. We're a family bound by laughs and cheers, spreading kindness, we know fears. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Maple leaf vibes with a shot of fun. Dripping in love like syrup spun. Calgary's heart fuels the northern fire. KCCO crew will take you higher. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, it's our decree.
And a happy hump day to you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. And as you can tell, I'm a big fan of watching those special games that are happening over in Italy. But unfortunately, we can't really call them out by name. But yeah, go Canada, go for all of the events that are going on. So hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful hump day. And for those that are just joining us for the first time, who am I? My name is Kevin, one of your KCCO Calgary admins. And what we like to do here is talk about Chive Nation, what's going on with KCCO Calgary, as well as, what's going on with Chive Nation, what different events are going on, what fundraising events that KCCO Calgary is participating in. And February is such a busy, busy month with different things that we have going on. So just wanted to do a bit of an update of the campaigns that we have going on here. So, but first of all, I want to say a huge hello to those that have joined in and are watching live. I want to say hi to Roger, Mike, and Marcy. Thank you for joining and taking time out of your busy schedules today. Truly appreciate your support and absolutely love you for joining in tonight. So, as we like to or as I usually do, we read a story about some Chive charity recipients. So why don't we head on over and start off with the story before we give a bit of an update of what is going on. So let's do this and this. So yeah, we are going through some of the stories, and this week going to be reading through the rare medical one for Diana T. And we're going to start off, and for those that know Chive, the Chive and all of their posts, Saturdays are also known as Catterdays or Cat Saturday. So it's an important weekly holiday that in the Chive Nation. So this story Saturday meets 10% happier. So, on the internet, Saturday is sacred. It's the day the chive turns into a scrolling shrine of whiskers, toe beans, and tiny feline dictators doing what they do best, ruling the world with zero apology. And for Diana, a proud lifelong cat lady living south of Nashville, Saturday is comfort. It is companionship. It is the kind of steady, wordless love that shows up, curls into your lap, and refuses to leave when life gets hard. Look at that cutie. Diana has lived with neuromuscular disease her whole life. As a kid, she fell a lot. People called her clumsy. She couldn't run well. She tripped over her own feet. At 19, she was fitted with leg braces, AFOs, and kept moving forward anyway. For 45 years, Diana wore 2 professional hats. I don't even know if I know how to say that. Phlebotomist and photographer. 4 days a week, she drew blood, and the other 3, she shot photos, saving people's milestones as memories, as memories they could hold on for decades. That work mattered to her. The hospital meant people, patients, nurses, doctors, conversation in hallways and rooms, and the rhythm of being useful. Photography meant legacy. She talked about families and grandchildren, looking back someday at a moment she helped preserve. She did it all while quietly managing her disability, so quietly that most people never noticed. If anyone did, it was usually because her jointed braces made a faint click sound as she walked. For much of her life, Diana's condition was something she adapted around. When she was 36, a doctor finally gave it a name. Charcot-Marie Tooth, CMT type 2, a hereditary and progressive condition. Her father likely had it too. Diana remembers him struggling on hills and steps, legs aching and tiring quickly. He died at 40, long before she could connect the dots. Even with that diagnosis, Diana chose the life she wanted. Her neurologist advised her to stay off her feet as much as possible. Diana kept working. She had bills to pay, a purpose to keep, and a stubborn determination that has always been a part of her. Look at that great smile. 2 years ago, though, everything shifted. There was a hole in the lab floor at work. Diana had asked for it to be fixed. Boxes were put over it, until they weren't. She stepped in, flipped, and landed on her head. That fall altered her days. Diana has spent the last 2 years navigating cascading complications, balance issues that make her feel like she is walking drunk, worsening numbness that now reaches her knees, blood pressure drops that can cause her to pass out, and debilitating migraines. Now she receives Botox injections, 36 shots every 3 months, along with IV infusions that have reduced her migraines to about once a week. But the hardest part may be what the injury took from who she knew herself to be. Diana explained it with an analogy that hits you right in the chest. If you blinked your eyes and opened them and find yourself sitting on Mars, how would you feel? Lost, disoriented, unsure how to function in a world that suddenly doesn't make sense. That's what it's been like, she told us, living in the body and mind that don't behave the way they used to. Even daily tasks require strategy now. A cognitive therapist taught her the 3 spoons concept. Some days, Diana only has 3 spoons total. One might go to the morning meds and feeding the cats. Another to food or laundry. The last one? That's the one you guard, because once it's gone, your body demands rest. And still, Diana adapts. She learned workarounds that would make MacGyver proud. A lightweight cordless vacuum and a rolling stool for getting around the house. A collapsible laundry basket that fits on her walker so she can move clothes in smaller increments. After her head injury affected her ability to type and spell reliably, she started using a program that lets her speak emails into her laptop so the words come out the way she intends. Diana has always been a figure-it-out person and also been a musician, self-taught, reading music by 13, playing organ at church, even performing for a beauty pageant at 17 with her own arrangement. Years ago, a stroke and seizures damaged the part of her brain connected to timing and playing. She can still read music, but the connection from mind to fingers is gone. She listens to music constantly now. She still feels it, even when she can't play it. And through all of this, there have been two constant companions, Izzy and Sydney. Izzy is a tiny tortoiseshell, almost 3, and she's basically Diana's live-in nurse with whiskers. She stays glued to her, and when Diana gets a migraine, Izzy will curl up beside her head and purr. Diana swears it helps. Maybe it's the vibration. Maybe it's the love. Either way, Izzy shows up. Sydney is a big black and white tuxedo boy. 16 pounds of motivation and presence. Look at him. Sydney. Diana has loved cats for 50 years, and recently she had to say goodbye to 2 of them. One after a tumor returned aggressively, named Abby. And sweet Felix, who passed from lymphoma. Now it's the 3 musketeers, she says. Diana, Izzy, and Sydney. What people suggest assisted living, Diana is clear. No, when people suggest assisted living, Diana is clear. What about the cats? To Diana, they are family. They know her routines. They show up in quiet hours. They have been there when independence feels less like a personality trait and more like a daily commitment. That is why Chive Charities is honored to support Diana in the way that protects what matters most to her, staying in her home on her terms with Izzy and Sydney close by. Because Diana has difficulty getting out of bed, especially with 2 soft mattresses and a recent knee injury, Chive Charities is helping provide a floor-mounted bed, trapeze, and a Vila independence chair. Both pieces of equipment give her leverage and control, allowing her to move more safely and confidently around her home. And the total impact was $4,438, and it was only possible because of your contributions. Look at her. That's where Catterday meets 10% happier. Happier does not always look loud. Sometimes it looks like a woman who spent her life working and caring for others, continuing to advocate for herself. Sometimes it looks like a tortoiseshell cat purring through a migraine. Sometimes it looks like a trapeze bar beside a bed, offering steadiness and independence. And sometimes it just looks like a room full of cats. We know you're out there, fellow cat people. If Diana's story resonated with you, help us keep showing up for people like her. If you're able, donate to Chive Charities and be part of what allows someone to stay home, stay safe, and keep the life they have built, including companions who never leave their side. Together, we can make the world 10% happier, one Catterday at a time. So, If you want to read more of these types of stories, head on over to thechivecharities.org and go and check the recipients of the Chive Charities money. So if you're a monthly donor, that's where your money goes to. So with that, and we'll go back to here. And as I was reading that story, I had a few other people coming in to see us tonight. I want to say a big hello to Mr. Hockey Night. How are you doing tonight? Glad to see you join tonight. And also Mr. Roy. Happy to have you on board tonight, buddy. And Ashley, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join tonight. And a happy belated birthday to you, Ashley. So with that, cheers. So, as I had said before, we're just giving a bit of a campaign update. So, let's head over to the first update. Let's just switch on over to this. We're participating in Dry February. Instead of Dry January, moved it to February, and we're raising money for the Center for Addiction and Mental Health this year. Last year we had donated a bunch of money to the Cancer Foundation, but this year it's the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. So with that, I will just put up a little graphic here. There we go. We've gone through 11 days of February, and we have raised a total of $60. So thank you for the donations out there. For those that would like to donate, check our socials for the links to our page, or if you wanted to join our team and help raise our target is $500. So we're looking to raise some money for the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. So if you are able to scan the QR code, if you're watching on your computer, this QR code just over here will take you to our page for Dry February, and you can sign up to be a member of the team, or you can just pledge or make a donation if you are able. That would be wonderful. And the other update that we have is this week is our Have a Heart blood donation campaign. Every February and every October we have a blood drive to try and get our Canadian Blood Services blood bank up as much as we can. And I tried getting an appointment prior to the 14th, prior to Saturday, but unfortunately all of their spots were filled, which is a good thing. So I'm glad to hear that. Let me just head back to where are we gonna go? We're gonna go all the way back to this. There we go. So that, the Have a Heart campaign. If you're able to make a donation, like as in a blood donation, would love to see you out there. Let's see, other way. So if you're able to make a donation, luckily I am one of those most requested. I have an O positive blood, so I'm a universal donor that can give to anyone. So they call me all the time now. So if you're able to go out and donate blood, try and make an appointment with one of your nearest clinics and give the gift of life. It's in you to give. So yeah, we typically do a February drive, and like I said, also in October. So we have a couple of campaigns going on. We have our blood campaign, our dry February campaign, but we also have something that goes on year round, and I wanted to give a shout out to somebody. If I can find it here, let me. Because we also have a Cans for Charity campaign that goes year round. And I'm not seeing it here. No, I don't have it handy. So, yeah, we have a Cans for Charity where if you're able to recycle your recyclables and that are refundable, willing, specifically here in Calgary, willing to go around and pick up those recyclables and use that money and donate it to local charities here. And I want to give a big shout out to Jeff, who dropped off 5 bags to my house this week. So appreciate all the hard beverage drinking that you're doing. So keep it up. And Jeff is a huge contributor to our Cans for Charity campaign that goes year round. And yeah, we'll be taking those in and changing those cans into cash for our local charities. And one last thing to talk about is, yeah, what else? So we talked about our Have a Heart, our Dry February, Cans for Charity, and wow, it's so busy. So yeah, we are enjoying a busy time here in February, and hopefully the weather where you are is cooperating. Specifically here in Calgary, can't even tell that it's actually February, coming up to Valentine's Day. Our snow has melted almost all away. We've been living in springtime temperatures, living above zero, and the last couple of weeks we've had temperatures up as high as like 16, 17. So yeah, all of our white stuff is almost gone. So we're crossing fingers that weather cooperates for the next little while. So, and with that, I just wanted to give a bit of an update of what's going on with our campaigns, and hopefully you are going to be able to join. Make sure you join or watch our socials, if you can see at the bottom there, for Instagram, Facebook, and not on Twitter as much anymore. But more Facebook and Instagram have posts, and we are definitely trying to get more people out there donating to our campaigns so we can help raise money for the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, donate blood to help increase the Canadian Blood Services Bank of Blood, as well as just raising money for charities here through our Cans for Charity campaign. Oh, I know what the other thing I wanted to talk about was the newsletter. Had a newsletter that went out, and if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, definitely reach out and I can get you added on. But yeah, we actually had a newsletter went out earlier this week, and I have to say I am very curious who opened up the email in Switzerland. Because typically it's Canada and US who are opening these emails. So somebody in our community is over in Switzerland. And I thought that was kind of awesome. So whoever's out there, let me know. So I can give you a special shout out on the next stream. So yeah, if you are interested, definitely sign up and we will get you all of the information that goes out to the rest of our community. So with that, yes, I'm not having a KCCO beer. It's actually a ginger ale, so I am having a dry January and have made it through 11 days so far. And if you are having a dry February, how are you doing with it? Let me know in our comments. So with that, I want to say thank you for everyone for taking the time out to join today. And hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. And hopefully you're going to sit back, and I'm going to go watch some of the replays of those games that are happening over in Italy. So, cheers, everyone. Cheers. Cheers, chive on, and we will see you next week. Cheers.
In a world so full of noise and clatter, we dream of making things just a bit better. Small changes adding up to a greater whole. Let's ignite the spark, let's reach our goal. We'll make the world 10% brighter. With love and kindness, we'll be fighters. Every action counts, every little letter. Together we'll make the world 10% better.